We are kicking off Speed Readings 2.0 on August 8th, and if you'd like to view all 4 sessions, August 8th, 14th, 17th, or 20th, you can now get the all-access live viewing pass on funastrology.com. This time, we're opening the door to all 4 sessions, but live only. I learned so much from Robert last time, and I know you will too. So if you'd like to get links to all 4 sessions, it's only $19.97. That is an incredible bargain. Go to funastrology.com to get yours now. Welcome into the Hump Day edition, July 31st, closing out this month, which we will never experience again. I mean, a lot of people are probably saying, whew, wow, good to turn the page. However, turning the page for August means that the astrology starts to get dicey. Our Lucky Stars report went out over the weekend. For those of you who are in the Lucky Stars Club, I don't know what happened to the pictures. They just, I don't know. But anyway, we just doing our best around here. But that video that Kristen does, and she put together the Lucky Stars dates for August, shows the shift exactly. Lucky Stars information is toward the top of the funastrology.com website if you'd like to join. It's a great little club, and I'm telling you it's not just like saying lucky as in I'm going to go buy a lotto ticket or go to a casino. That's fine if you want to do that, but like I trade the markets, it's any kind of thing where you are looking for a positive outcome, which days to avoid, which days to pursue. $5 a month, and it helps support the podcast. Now, these 2 big aspects that Kristen talked about yesterday, the sun trines the north node today, sextiles the south node. That's early, 4:48 a.m. Eastern, probably happening while most of us are asleep. And then tomorrow night, really, it's 11:18 p.m. Eastern. Mars, which is 2 signs over from the sun in Gemini, sextiles the north node and trines the south node. So as we were wrapping up yesterday, I said I wanted to put a keyword to this. If you didn't catch what we talked about yesterday, definitely that outlines the details of what's going on here. But I chose the keyword volcano. And one of the reasons was Mars, powerful fire. The sun, powerful fire in its own sign of Leo, as Kristen mentioned yesterday. And the ancients believed that whenever the sun got around the north node, especially if it was in a challenging aspect, and they looked at as a conjunction as a challenge, and that's why we have the moon wobble. So the sun in a conjunction or a square to the nodes, that's a challenge. But also, if it even got around the nodes, they were saying, be careful, don't start things on those days, etc. Because there are so many different interpretations of the nodes. We've talked about this on the Old Soul, New Soul astrology podcast. Vedic astrology interprets them differently. There are several interpretations in Western. I've recommended that Judith Hill book on the nodes as a resource if you'd like to dig into this and get all of the perspectives. She pretty well lays them all out. But in Vedic, for example, they interpret the nodes, both the north and the south, negatively. In fact, they viewed the north more negatively than the south. So the nodes of the moon represent our soul's tether to this life. This is one of those questions that there just is not going to be a final verdict on because there are so many different interpretations of it. But one area of agreement between all of the systems is that the north node reflects the rising of the moon above the ecliptic, and then the south node is where it dips below. And that's even reflected in their glyphs. It's like the north node is hanging above and the south node is hanging below. So this week, we have fire on fire aspecting the nodes of the moon. They are positive aspects, as we've been discussing. But, I mean, to me, here's the deal. Here's what this boils down to. And this is just from my own life experience. What's it going to take to pry your fingers loose from the grip on the past that we have? Resistances to change, resistances to look at old behaviors, old patterns, things that no longer serve. I mean, think about this whole process. The whole astrological representation is just a process to help us grow. And what do? Just like a little kid, kicking and screaming, fighting it the whole way. So this week's aspects to the nodes could be movement toward prying our fingers a little more loose. If you are one who is focused on this journey and you say, you know what, I am just come to a point in my life where I release it all. I'm ready for the growth. I'm ready to find that higher ground. Well, it makes the process a lot easier. But where the universe meets resistance, that's when it has to crank up the heat. So I think we have two sides of this. If you are the former, one who holds things more loosely, see if this period of these next several days, or maybe what's been happening in your life up until now, see if that is not a volcano of blessings, new insights, perhaps new people walking into your life, new opportunities, new ahas, synchronicities, etc. And then if you are realizing that, I have been holding on a little too tightly, maybe you could let go. Or maybe there's some greater encouragement to let go through something that comes up this week. I think that's a pretty good way to look at this, however you choose to look at the nodes. Thank you so much for listening. I love you. We're all on our journey, and we're doing it together. Thank you for being here. Thank you for listening, and thank you for telling your friends. Leave us a good review in Apple if you listen on Apple Podcasts and you haven't done that yet as well. Have a great day. See you back tomorrow. Bye-bye.